And now on Jetix, put the pedal to the metal. It's Robot Wars. "20 years it has been on our screens. 24 more robot fighting teams heading up against each other for more, to compete for the 20th anniversary in search of glory. And the arena has been improved. Last time, we saw Exterminator tear up the tournament, dispatching of Firestorm 5, Carbide, and Panic Attack. So who will join him? Let's find out in the second heat of the 20th anniversary of Robot Wars.
This is Robot Wars 2018, and this is the arena where 6 robots will go head to head against each other, where they will face off against the house robots and the arena hazards, the flipper, the pit, the flames, and the how to basic of Robot Wars, the drop zone. Last week, we saw Exterminator, Exterminate, Firestorm 5, Panic Attack, and Carbide. Let's take a look at how the contest works.
We start with 2 group battles. Each one will be featuring 3 robots. The winner from each group battle moves on automatically to the semi-finals. The losers will fight again in the Robot Redemption. And the 2 winning robots from the semi-finals will move on to the heat final. Our first group battle is between Apollo, Aftershock, and Terrorhurtz. So let's meet the robots.
From Abergele, North Wales, and number 5 seed, Apollo.
Apollo, the 2016 champions, seeded 5th. Their pneumatic launcher has limited amounts of CO2, armoured in steel, and they're very capable of launching robots out of the arena.
From Reading, in Gravesend, and number 7 seed, Aftershock.
They've entered the 2016 series with pusher robot Shockwave. Aftershock has a very powerful spinning flywheel, and it's 3-toothed this time. It's 3-bladed. Look out for that one.
From Oxford in Oxfordshire, and number 6 seed, Terrorhurtz.
A tough axe-shafted axe bot with a very tough axe blade. Terrorhurtz is very powerful and is armoured in polycarbonate, but can wait for a good hit if it wants to. In the CPZ is Shunt with a diamond-edged axe. Let the wars begin.
Roboteers, stand by.
Aftershock getting that spin up to speed, and Terrorhurtz coming in with the axe, and Apollo gets a flip in on Terrorhurtz, and Aftershock getting that spin up to speed again, and Apollo has flipped Aftershock, and the flipper activated on Terrorhurtz. What a brilliant fight. These contenders are really astonishing. Quite staggering to see how Apollo has improved itself. But can Aftershock self-right? Yes, it can. And Terrorhurtz has the axe down. Can it retract? Oh, well, Apollo, they have flipped Terrorhurtz. And now they're flipping Aftershock again. Flipping fantastic robot, and Aftershock spinning that weapon again, and that knocked Apollo. A flip from Apollo and a spin attack from Aftershock. Oh, yes! And Terrorhurtz flipped up and over by Aftershock and Apollo now. They call himself an axe bot, waiting for a good hit. Oh, and in the pit goes Terrorhurtz. The pit is activated a bit too early. I don't know who activated it, but I think it was Aftershock. I'm not sure if it was Apollo, because Apollo is right now flipping Aftershock again. And again, and Aftershock has self-righted, and the spinner up to speed again. Is there any movement in Apollo? Well, there seems to be. Apollo self-righting. Trying to get that flipper underneath. Aftershock trying to get vengeance on him and for beating him in the semi-final or the group battle of the grand final a few grand finals ago, I think. And indeed now that Apollo is proving what he's doing to Aftershock, who's getting that spinner up to speed again, but it's flipped over. Can they self-right again? Yes, they can. That's good. And another flip from Apollo on Aftershock and into the CPZ. And, well, the arena floor flipper. Shunt could have axed Aftershock there, but Aftershock has self-righted. If only they could show some more success with Pusherbot's Shockwave. But, nah, it doesn't have to be. Because Aftershock are getting that 5 up to speed. And I think Apollo has... Aftershock and Apollo have jammed their weapons. Can Aftershock get that spinner up to speed? It's jammed on Apollo's... Well, time's running out, so we might go to the judge's decision. Will I be marking on style, control, damage and aggression? But for me, I think Apollo are on top. I'll let the judges take the decision.
Well, two robots, except for Terrorhurtz, were still both mobile at the end. That was Aftershock and Apollo. So we'll go to the judges to make the decision on style, control, damage and aggression. And while they're making up their minds, let's look at some of the highlights.
Well, Aftershock were getting that spinner up to speed. Then Apollo and Terrorhurtz have ganged up on them. Apollo flipped Aftershock, but then Aftershock got the hit on Apollo. Terrorhurtz drove straight into the pit after self-righting, and Apollo and Aftershock got their weapons tied up. So Apollo, I think, have won.
Very well, and the judges have made the decision on style, control, damage and aggression, and the winner is Apollo!
And Apollo goes through to the semi-finals. Who will join him? Next up, we have Pussycat, Chaos 2, and Thermidor 2. Let's get on to the fight.
From Caithness, Scotland, Pussycat.
Great to see the Kelly Cranky and Cranky team come back with Pussycat as a reinforced carbon steel cutting blade, and it always lands on its feet and has 9 lives.
From Brantford, Ipswich, Chaos 2.
The crowned favourite, the legend, the 2-time British champion is back with a CO2 powered flipper. Let's see if it can cause some upsets.
From Custersea in Norwich, Thermidor 2.
The Lobster Robot comes back after its 2-year rest after 2016 as reinforced claws and a reinforced flipper. It's a deadly lobster bot. And the house robot for that group battle is Sergeant Bash.
Roboteers, stand by.
The fight is underway and Chaos 2 is about to flip Thermidor 2, which he has done it! And there's Pussycat getting in on the attack there as well. Chaos 2 now trying to flip Pussycat, and Thermidor 2 has flipped Chaos 2, but Chaos 2 is self-righted. The armament of that lobster and Pussycat coming in on the attack on both the 2 flipper robots, and Chaos 2 getting a great flipping on Pussycat and Thermidor 2. I guess Chaos 2 could do brilliantly, if I say so myself. The people are enjoying this now, and Revbot getting away from there, and Pussycat just keeping itself in close up to Thermidor, and then comes Sergeant Bash trying to cook roast that lobster, who's in the pit! Thank goodness for that. And Chaos 2, another flip in on Pussycat. Look at the replay there. Thermidor 2 striven into the pit after being foiled by Sergeant Bash, and Now Pussycat on the attack now on Chaos 2, getting more flips in. Great stuff for the Chaos 2 team, very experienced. Entering with Robot the Bruce and Chaos and Ram Rombit. But Chaos 2 are the winners and they are going through after flipping Pussycat, which we saw right there. Chaos 2 go through.
A flipping good robots, flipping Thermidor 2 and Pussycat left and right. The winner of that fight is Chaos 2.
Chaos 2 moves on automatically to the semi-finals. So we have our semi-finalists, Apollo and Chaos 2. Time for our robot redemption, and the first battle is between Pussycat and Terrorhurtz. And in the CPZ is Matilda. And Sir Killalot, the Knight of the Realm.
3, 2, 1, activate.
A repeat of the Series 5 second round battles, probably, as Pussycat gets its blade in on Terrorhurtz. Terrorhurtz firing attacks away, but Pussycat's not letting it happen. Terrorhurtz trying to wait for a good hit, but Pussycat won't allow it. And it looks like that Pussycat is just showing no prisoner, taking no prisoners, and showing no mercy. Trying to not use up all its 9 lives when it should have 10. Well, cats don't really have 10, they just have 9 lives, but it's been brilliant if they have 10. And now Terrorhurtz flipped on its side on the drop zone. Pussycat activating the pit release. Can Terrorhurtz get away from it? I don't think he is able to, which is why that Terrorhurtz is. Oh, look at that! What happened? It was a cable plug that just dropped on the drop zone there, and Killalot has Terrorhurtz right where he wants him. And oh no, Killalot! No, that's not right. That's not right, Killalot. What are you doing? Don't throw him out of the arena. Yes, put him in the pit. Yeah, put him in the pits. That's it. Good boy, Killalot. That's it. Get him in the pit. Yes, that's it. And in the pit goes Terrorhurtz. So Killalot is vicious. Vicious to the maximum proportions. And Pussycat go through. And I was going to fight Killalot himself. Brilliant! But we all know the fight is over and Pussycat are going through, and there's Refbot taking a close-up on them. Pussycat going through right away to the second fight.
Terrorhurtz, that's not the way to wait for a good hit. Pussycat going through to the semi-finals.
Back to Oxford for Terrorhurtz in the blink of an eye, and Pussycat goes through. Next up, it's Aftershock against Thermidor 2. And in the arena for the House Robots is Shunt and Dead Metal.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Aftershock is a flywheel spinner. Thermidor 2 is a flipper with pincers, and now they're clashing in on each other. That's good. And I don't think Thermidor is self-fighting. Aftershock are just cutting their way through. Very specific and oh, what the heck just happened? Aftershock throwing Thermidor 2 out of the arena. Oh, goodness me, that was over so quickly. Aftershock the winners.
What's happened to my lobster? Oh well, I guess Thermidor 2 is out of the arena and lobster is off the menu. Aftershock, spin up that flywheel and turn up the heat.
The world's your lobster? It ain't! You're just a bull in a game, I'm afraid. Thermidor 2 out and Aftershock go through. And so we have our semi-finalists. Apollo, Pussycat, Chaos 2 and Aftershock. The first semi-final is between Aftershock and Chaos 2. And in the arena for the house robots is Sergeant Bash and Matilda. And Aftershock gets that flying wheel up to speed, and Chaos 2 is trying to get underneath and flip him, which he does so! Brilliant stuff from Chaos 2! Never doubt to Robot Wars legend and a two-time British champion, just like anyone would, as far as we say it. And Aftershock getting that flywheel up to speed again. It stops, and now it starts spinning again. Oh, look at that! Aftershock flipped by Chaos 2 onto the flame pit and into Sergeant Bash, setting fire to Aftershock, who is self-righted. I didn't know Aftershock was fireproof or waterproof, and the pit is activated. Aftershock activating the pit release, and now Chaos 2 getting a flip there on Aftershock, and the arena floor flipper getting it on as well. This is tremendous stuff. Look at that. Aftershock get a flipping on Chaos 2, and again. This is brilliant stuff. It's good to see a legend, a two-time British champion, back in Robot Wars for this year, for the 20th anniversary of 2018. And I think Aftershock is on the drop zone now. I wonder what's going to happen. Oh, that is it's a camcorder holder. Well, not really a holder, it's a camcorder helper. And now, Aftershock in peril from Matilda, who is flipped by Chaos 2! How dare you! And I'm flipping Sergeant Bash! Why? Oh, in the pit! Damn, why? And now Chaos 2 fighting Rift. Oh! Goodness! Chaos 2! Just look at that! He's fighting the Red Bot! We will remember, Chaos 2! We will remember! Chaos 2 on its back, self-righting on its front, but going through to the heat final.
And so, that's it for Aftershock, and Chaos 2 is in the heat final. Good luck to the two-time British champions.
Chaos 2 goes through to the heat final. Only one can join them. Will it be Apollo, or will Chaos 2 have a rematch with Pussycat? Let's find out. In the arena for the house robots is Sir Kilot and Dead Metal.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1.
Will Apollo get into its next heat final, or will Pussycat stop them or prevent them? I have not got one clue. And Apollo flipping away on Pussycat. And I think Pussycat has Apollo flipped up and over, but Apollo can self-right using that launcher, and has flipped Pussycat on its side. And I think this could be it for Pussycat. Apollo spinning and launching to victory. And Dead Metal now getting the pincers in. Apollo activating the pit release, and down it goes. There it is, it's already opened. And Apollo dodging Pussycat into the pit, and he went in himself! My goodness, what has happened? Well, Apollo escaped from that one. Close recovery. And look at that! Sir Kilot and Dead Metal are fighting against each other. I think they're caught up on each other. Refbot spinning away, knowing that the fight is over. And Apollo go through to the heat final. Let's see what Apollo can do against Chaos 2 in this brilliant heat final. We'll find out sooner.
Well, Pussycat has used up its 9 lives and goes running all the way home. And the winner, going through to the heat final, is Apollo, the champions of 2016. Which means we'll have a battle of 2 epic ultimate champions.
back to Caithness, or rather Gloucester, for Pussycat. So now it's time for our heat final, Apollo against Chaos 2. In the arena for the heat final is Matilda and Shunt.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
A big slam there from Apollo and Chaos 2, and a flip! A launch! I guess Chaos 2 is trying to self-right now, and he does. And Apollo's doing so well, and a flip there on Apollo by Chaos 2. And Chaos 2 trying to help Apollo self-right. Apollo helps itself to self-right now. Really good start. I guess Apollo has re-strengthened its launcher there, and the arena floor flipper has launched Chaos 2 into orbit. And I think Chaos 2's weapon seems to be, I think it was, well it's alright, it used to be jammed, but no longer isn't, and it's activated the pit release. Apollo's activated the pit, and looking at Chaos 2, oh, both of them are flipped over. Chaos 2 in the pit, Apollo trying to self-right. But it's all over. Look at that! Victorious there, Apollo. He knows it since Chaos 2 went in the pit first. I guess that means Apollo might go through to the Robot Wars Grand Final. And then comes Shunt with the diamond-edged axe. He senses it. He knows Chaos 2 is immobilized. Chaos 2 in the pit. Don't go after Apollo. He's through to the Grand Final. Well, we know Chaos 2 is in the wildcard 5-way rumble at the start of the grand final at the end of the series rather. And there's Refbot getting a close in on Shunt. Apollo go through to the heat fight, into the grand final.
Well, even though they were both knocked out at the one time, Chaos 2, although he got an attack on Apollo, he drove straight into the pit. And although Apollo was flipped after that attack on Chaos 2, the winner, moving on to the grand final, is Apollo, the 2016 champion. Next time on Robot Wars 2018, we'll see the return of Eruption, Kinby Remix, Magnetar, Push to Exit, TR3, and legendary Quackbot, Stinger. So, thank you so much for watching, and if you did, please rate, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to check the link down here for us to be helping on bringing back Robot Wars, the official TV program for 2018 and its 20th anniversary. And from all of us here at Robot Wars, good night!